Tirico along with Greg Olson. That's Brandon McManus to get this one underway. And we are underway here on EA Sports. And he'll be brought down right around the 25-yard line. On the ground, here's the 4th-round pick from the April draft. And he'll work this past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Linebacker Isaiah McDuffie ends the play there.
So everything this defense talks about, Mike, is creating negative plays. It's one of the best run defenses in football. Everything is about suffocating you at the line of scrimmage, make you work for everything you get.
They'll go again with Scatterboot. And he's bottled up after a gain of a yard. What can they do here on 3rd down and 7? From the gun, it's Wilson. He'll look middle here and get it to Neighbors. 15-yard pickup there. 1st down, Giants.
And this is what you can do when you have one of the best receivers in the game. You understand that even if the coverage is not perfect for the play call, sometimes it's just as simple as my guy is better than your guy, and we're going to just keep giving him a chance.
Here's a handoff to Scatterboot. He'll burrow his way forward for a couple. Powerful Rashawn Gary there in run support. Ball spotted at the 45. Here's 2nd and 8. They go play action now. Wilson in trouble, and he's going to be taken down. Rashawn Gary into double figures now. That is sack number 10 on the year.
If you're going to take a sack, you just can't add to it by taking such a massive loss on top of it. Understand when the pocket breaks down, move up, cut your losses. Now, not only do you lose that down, now you face a big uphill battle if you want to extend this drive.
3rd and long. It's Wilson. They try to work the screen with Scatterboot. And they were hoping for a little more on that one. Brought down well short of the first. It'll bring up 4th down. The Giants sending out their punter. Out to return this for the Packers, it's Keyshawn Nixon. This will be returnable from his own 15. And he'll get something there on the return. Able to take this back to the 20-yard line. Off the play fake. Here's Love. Looking downfield, that's Musgrave, the tight end. And he's going to be brought down inside the 15. It is a big-time play for the Packers. 68 yards.
What can I say, Mike? Good things happen when you get the ball to your tight end. But in all seriousness, think about what this guy has to handle in the passing game. Not only to be the possession guy, convert first downs underneath, but then have the ability to be the matchup to get downfield and be vertical in the passing game. There's not a lot of tight ends around the league that can do both, and when you have them, I don't blame the quarterback for looking his way.
Down at the 12. It's 1st and 10. Now the first carry of the game for Josh Jacobs. And he finds some space, tackled after a gain of 7 on 1st down. Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. And that big offensive line, clearing space. He's in. Josh Jacobs. Touchdown, Green Bay. His 12th touchdown of the year. Taking care of business on the ground to get the score. And Greg, the big guys up front, they deserve some praise on that one.
Absolutely, Mike. And it really only takes one guy to distort the defense and win his block. But in this case, give credit to the entire unit. They did their job, and they reward their offense with a touchdown.
Nothing is our score as this kick is sent into the air. Now, here comes a return from the 9. He'll get across the 20, mark him at the 22-yard line. Throwing now, Wilson on 1st down. That's caught. It's Tyrone Tracy. And he is out of bounds on the other side of midfield. A big-time play out of the G-men. 36 yards.
This defense just gets punched in the mouth on that one, Mike, and it just seemed from up here that not everyone on defense was on the same page, and the offense was able to take advantage of it. The defense has to clean things up here in a hurry, because if they don't, they could be in for a long day.
Up the middle with Scadaboo. Oh, and the rookie puts it on the deck. It's a fumble.
And with all this talk about ball security, I can tell you firsthand, Mike, a lot of it just becomes mental. It's like the more you think about it, the more you stress it in practice, it almost gets worse. It's one of those things that when it starts to spiral, it's just hard to pull yourself out.
Here's Love, operating out of the pistol. After the catch, he gets that forward for a gain of 9.
Not every pass has to be thrown downfield. You can rely on the run after catch, especially a big body like this tight end. Get the ball in his hands early and let him pick up the rest after the catch.
Enviable spot to operate from. Here's 2nd and inches. They'll go play action with Love. They'll go right back to Musgrave. He's got it again. And he is out of bounds at the 31-yard line. It's been a busy first quarter for him so far. His 3rd catch goes for a 1st down.
I always think you can tell pretty quickly how comfortable a quarterback is in their offense, Mike, by how fast they work through their progression and get the ball to their check down underneath. And in this case, with the depth of the defense, a lot of space in the short game, get them the ball, pick up the first down.
On the handoff, this is Jacobs. Not much happening there, just a short game. From the 29, here's 2nd and 8. Completes this one. That's Christian Watson. He's going to be marked down at the 12-yard line. 17 yards on that play. First down, Packers.
And that's a nice grab for his first catch of the game, Mike. And he's someone that the play caller has told us he wants to get him early touches, get him a feel for the game. Nice job there making that happen.
The RPO, that one is complete. And he can't get away. They rally to the football defensively. Bring him down for no gain. We begin quarter number 2. The Packers have the football. They're looking at a 2nd down and 9 to go. Throwing is Love. Throwing off his back foot, and it's taken in. And he will score! Tucker Kraft. Touchdown, Packers. For quarterbacks, there are so many stats we use to measure a good season. This is one of them. 30 touchdowns. That was number 30 on the year. Now it's McManus for the point after. He's got it. And the Packers move out on top, 14-0. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. This will be returned from the 6. Good job in coverage. They're going to get him down short of the 20-yard line. They'll throw on first down with Wilson. He'll look underneath here for Tracy. And he'll be taken down just shy of the 30. That one good for a dozen. And a very quick first down.
Every defense in the league, Mike, they stress the importance of defending the middle of the field. And in this case, that's just too much room to operate. They have to find a way to close and cloudy up those windows, make the quarterback throw the ball to the sidelines. When you allow him to operate in there, especially with that much space, you're going to make for a long day.
On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. The pressure gets there, and down he goes back inside the 20-yard line. Micah Parsons in for the sack. He registers number 14 on the year. Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. Wilson. He'll get this out wide. Oh, a nice open field tackle there. He could not get free. They're going to stop him for no gain.
It's pretty well read there defensively. Anytime you throw these quick passes to the wide receivers, you're looking to pick your gain up after the catch. So let's give credit to the defense. Rally and tackle in space and keep that to a pretty modest gain.
3rd and long. Out of the gun, here's Russ. That's caught over the middle by Johnson. And he'll gain some yardage here, but that is not nearly enough for the first down. It's going to bring up 4th down. The Packers go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll discuss what's to come as 4th down is looming. They'll indeed go for it with Wilson. That's going to be incomplete. They felt compelled to go for it on 4th and long. That was a big ask, and the defense turns them away.
You know, Mike, you could almost just look down in the huddle, and the players are looking at the sideline like, Coach, isn't the punt team going to come out? And the coach was having none of it. He says, no, you're staying on the field. We're being aggressive all day long, and we're going to go pick up this first down.
They'll run it straight ahead with Jacobs. Now they are in business inside the 15-yard line. A gain there of 11. Good for a Green Bay first down.
And these are the explosive runs that open everything up. There's all this conversation about the value of the run game, but when you take a look at the best running teams, Mike, it's not necessarily how many yards they run for, it's how many big plays do they generate on the ground. And when you can generate big plays on the ground, it makes everything so much more difficult for the defense.
Pass caught right side by Kraft. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down. Second down, they need 3. Now Jacobs, and he's in! Josh Jacobs, touchdown Green Bay. So 2 touchdowns for him in this one, numbers 12 and 13 on the year. What a standout performance early on in this one. That his 2nd rushing touchdown of the game.
And some backs, Mike, they just have a sense of finding the end zone and being able to finish off these runs. That's exactly what this guy has been able to do today, and we're just getting started.
McManus on for the point after. He knocks it through, and the Packers will stake themselves to a 21-0 lead. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. This fielded at about the 9. Across the 20, they'll mark them down before the 25-yard line. And that's where the offense will take over. So here's a 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 24. From the shotgun, Wilson. That's complete. It's Malik Nabers. That's a nice pickup on a 1st down throw. It's a gain of 8.
So they have these rules for the receivers, Mike. They call them green grass rules. And the idea is if you're running across the field and you're looking at the quarterback, you're going to stay on the run. If you're not looking at the quarterback, that tells him, I'm going to sit in this soft zone. I'm going to what they call punch and pivot and stop. And that tells the quarterback to put the ball on your chest. That nonverbal communication between the receiver and the quarterback, recognizing when you're open, stay open, that's the stuff that makes a lot of these offenses so difficult to defend. So, Mike, you know by now my philosophy on 3rd down. If it was up to me, I don't even want to be in 3rd down. I want to get all of my conversions on 1st and 2nd down and be able to stay in those neutral down situations. So it's exactly what they do here. They lean on the ground game and pick up a fresh set of downs.
On 1st down, Wilson. This one taken in by Hyatt. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield. 20 yards on that pass play. That's good for a Giants 1st down. Out of the gun, it's Wilson. A hit as he throws there. It's going to wind up incomplete. The pressure got to him that time, and it'll set up 2nd down.
They got there in a hurry, didn't they, Mike? I mean, luckily for him, he saw that free rusher coming, and at the very least was able to get that ball out to prevent the sack.
On 2nd down, Wilson. The outside, caught by Nabers. And nice work after the catch. He stopped a little short of the 1st down marker, but it is a pickup of 9.
This may look like a simple connection, Mike, just pitch and catch, but I can promise you the amount of time these two guys have spent together on the practice field, in the meeting rooms, just getting on the same page, seeing the game through the same set of eyes, it makes what's pretty difficult seem a lot easier.
Wilson now to throw on 3rd down. He's got the 1st down and more than that. He is out of bounds. They have worked it inside the 15. That's catch 3 just on this drive. And it gets his team a 1st down. On the give, Scatterboo. And he'll take this forward for about 3. It's 2nd down.
So this team finds themselves now in a little bit of a tricky situation here, Mike. If they don't find a way to start sustaining some of these drives and come away with points, all of a sudden you're trailing by double digits in the 2nd half. You become very one-dimensional. You become very pass-happy, and that's certainly not how any team in the NFL wants to play.
Moving left. That's in the end zone and intercepted. Picked off by Javon Bullard. And the Packers are going to take possession at their own 3-yard line. And the Giants here will use the first of their timeouts. They stop it here with just under 40 seconds until halftime. They'll start on the ground with Jacobs. And he'll manage to get this ahead for a pickup of 5. Here comes 2nd and 4. They'll keep it on the ground here again, and he'll get past the marker. So he's got a first down on that gain of 5. So, one half in the books. Second half coming up. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Very one-sided first half of action. Will we get a turnaround? Let's find out. The third quarter is underway. This taken in at the 8-yard line. And he'll bring it out to the 22-yard line. That's where the offense will take the field. Love to throw it on first down. That's left side, caught by Musgrave. And he's taken down, but not until he gets to the 32-yard line. He's over 100 receiving yards on the afternoon now, and a first down to boot.
Really nice job there, Mike. I mean, he sees the blitz coming and just gets the ball out of his hands. Understand where your outlets are. It results in an easy pitch and catch and move the chains.
Running is Jacobs. They'll mark him down up at the 44-yard line. It's a gain of 12 there. First down, Packers.
So as we take a look at the box score, Mike, you realize here they got the lead. We're in the second half, but they don't have a lot of rush yards. It's because they use the passing game to score points and establish the lead. Now, how we judge their run game is from here to the end of the game. Can they pile up yards now in the second half and close this game out?
And they're going to work this down inside the 45. 13 more on that carry. He is churning out the yards. And another first down.
And Mike, you know the best time to pick up first downs is? On first downs. Don't wait for third down. We see it here. 3 plays in a row, 3 first downs on chunk plays, and this offense is rolling.
They'll come up here, 1st and 10. Once again, it's Jacobs. And he'll get maybe a yard. That's it. Chauncey Golston there on the tackle. From the 42-yard line, here's 2nd and 8. Out of the shotgun, it's Love. And he'll avoid the contact, sliding down, pick up a 6, and it'll be 3rd down.
Take a look at his eyes. You can see the quarterback clearly going through all of his progressions, and he's quick to realize there's nowhere to go with this ball. He makes the right decision and gets out of there, picks up some good yardage, and gets down on the ground.
Here's Love to throw. Oh, that's the one thing they couldn't have there, the sack that might take them out of field goal range.
All right, so it's only one drive here in the second half, and they trail pretty big here to start the third. But it seems this defense came out with a little different energy than we saw in the first half. Whatever was said in the locker room seemed to have worked. Now it's the offense's chance to see if they can cut into this deficit.
It's too long for a field goal. They'll go for it here on fourth down. In motion, it's Golden. They'll go for it. Love. That's taken in. And he's going to have a Packers first down. As this defense a little too loose there, giving up 19 yards on fourth down.
Love the idea of going for it on fourth down. Anytime you're on your opponent's side of the field, Mike, you have to take advantage of that field position. You're too long for a field goal, but you're too close to the end zone to punt it. So going for it on fourth down is definitely the right move. Now you've got to take advantage of it and don't let it go to waste.
And he surges forward for a gain of about 5.
And he has been a handful to deal with throughout this entire contest, Mike. And they came into the game saying, we want to impose our will on the defense. And that's exactly what they've been able to do.
They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. Quick throw there on the RPO is broken up. And no time to get the separation there. And the incompletion is going to bring up 3rd down.
And I think when you look back on the first half, this was an element of the defense that really was missing. There was a lot of open windows, a ton of green grass for the receivers to make uncontested catches. So nice change of pace here. Continue to force the issue and make these guys earn the catch.
And he's going to have the first down. They convert on 3rd, and it sets up a 1st and goal.
Nothing really fancy about that last completion, but what it does do, Mike, is now they're on the doorstep of the end zone. So now they've got to find a way to finish this long drive with a touchdown.
This has been some kind of march downfield now, and they pay it off with 6. It's 1st and goal. And he's into the end zone yet again. Josh Jacobs. Touchdown, Green Bay. That's touchdown number 3 for him in the game, and number 14 for the year. Greg, nothing changed at halftime. They come right out to start this 3rd quarter and pick up where they left off.
Well, I think this defensive coordinator is going to think back to his halftime speech, Mike, because whatever adjustments he thought they made, it obviously didn't resonate. What we saw happen in the first half, they picked right back up here to start the 3rd quarter, and at this point, the offense has hit its stride, and they continue to pull away.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. A short one taken at the 10. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. throwing now. Wilson on first down. After the catch, he gets that forward for a gain of 9. Ball on the 36 now. Here's 2nd and 1. On the handoff, here comes Tracy. And he's down on the other side of midfield. Mark him at the 48-yard line. A gain there of 15. First down, Giants. From the gun, it's Wilson. They'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
A bit of a quick hitter here, and what you're hoping for, Mike, is that the defense can't react quickly enough because the ball's coming out so hot. But they knew it was coming, and they end up holding them to just a short gain.
Wilson to throw. And that is knocked away. Incomplete. Nice play defensively on what will be the final play of the 3rd quarter. Third and 6. Back to throw. Wilson headed left, buying time. And he'll just have to throw this one away. There was nowhere to go downfield. And now it's going to bring up a 4th down.
I can guarantee you that interception he threw on the previous drive, that's still in the back of his mind. You got to know when to take a chance, and you got to know when to just throw the ball away and live for the next down.
Now or never, they'll throw on 4th down. This throw left side, taken in by Johnson. And he's going to have the first down. An aggressive call there, but it works out as they convert on 4th down. To throw again is Wilson. He has Hyatt complete. And he's going to be out of bounds, but they are in the red zone, inside the 20. Good work after the catch. They get 16 and a first down.
And this completion certainly won't be changing the outcome of the game by any means, but I do think there is something to be said for teams that continue to fight. They continue to try to at least finish this game and have something to build off of going into next week.
And he's brought down after a gain of a couple.
So I think as you look back over the course of this game, it's really been the inability of this offense, Mike, to create any sort of balanced attack to get anything going. And whether you look at the rushing yards, whether you look at just the points scored, this offense has to find a way going forward to generate more big plays and more balance, both run and pass.
Now Russ hit as he throws, and it is incomplete. Just couldn't deliver that one the way he wanted to. Not really sure if there was much there anyways. We do know it'll be 3rd down.
I think he knew in the back of his head, Mike, he had to get rid of this ball a little sooner than he would have liked. And with that pressure getting there in a hurry, just ends up being a wasted down.
Here's 3rd and 7. having some problems communicating on third down, and that's going to be a delay. So, after the 5 yards are walked off, they face third and long. Now Wilson. Got his man at the 6. And they are into the end zone for the first time today. Jalen Hyatt. Touchdown, Giants. His 4th TD grab of the season. Well, it's not going to be enough, but at least they find the end zone at the end of a hard week's work. At least a little payoff with a touchdown, Greg.
Mike, you can just chalk this one up in the column of too little, too late. Give credit to this offense for not going down without a fight, but they're not going to have enough time to find themselves back in this one.
So out is Gano after the touchdown. He'll send this one away. Now, here comes a return from the 9. And he'll be forced out of bounds, but a very solid return. On the ground, it's Jacobs to start the drive. And he's out of bounds after a pickup of 3.
Nice job by the running back making the first guy miss, but it's the pursuit by the entire defense. Even though he doesn't get him down on his first try, the rest of his guys are all rallying to the ball, and they bring him down for a short gain.
From the 35, here's 2nd down and 7. Off the play fake. Here's Love. That one pinballs around, but it is incomplete. Tucker Kraft was the intended receiver there. Now it's going to be 3rd down.
And up until this point, this has been an incredibly efficient game from this quarterback. I mean, it's hard to think. Here we are in the second half, and that's only his 2nd incomplete pass. So finally, the defense is able to do something to disrupt his timing and finally try to get him out of this groove.
Love. This is taken in by Dobbs. A pickup of 12 yards. Good for a Green Bay 1st down.
Probably took him a little bit longer than they would have preferred, but he finally gets on the board. First catch, first touch. Here as we start the second half.
A run up the middle with Jacobs. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line. Give them 17 more, and they are on a roll. Another 1st down.
Here's a case of an offense just piling on. You're really imposing your will on the defense. Everyone in the stadium knows you're going to run it. The defense knows it, you know it. And no matter what they do, they have no answers whatsoever.
And a nice run. Get them about 9. It'll bring up 2nd down.
So when you're evaluating the impact of a team's run game, like, I think it's important at the end of the game to look back and say, okay, how many yards did they run for? But more importantly, when did those yards come? Did I run for those yards in the 4th quarter, which typically means I had to lead? That's the sign of a successful run game, as opposed to getting a lot of meaningless yards early in the game.
2nd and inches. From the gun, it's Love. That's complete to Watson. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line. It's a gain of 10 yards. First down, Packers.
Seemed like the receiver, Mike, ran through like 5 different open zones, but once he found the one that he liked, where the quarterback was expecting him, you see him do a nice job throttling down, secures the catch, and he's able to pick up a nice gain.
It's the tight end Kraft in motion. In motion, it's Golden. On 1st and 10, here's Love. This is caught at the 2. And the Packers are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them down to the 1.
Big-time completion right there, and this isn't just a spot where they're trying to run the game out here in the 4th quarter. They were not only trying to pick up points, but they're trying to get in the end zone and extend this lead. So really nice job here late. Let's see if they can put this one out of reach.
Jacobs. Touchdown. And that touchdown probably, Greg, ends any small hopes of a comeback on the other side.
Yeah, and I think those chances, Mike, were small to begin with, but with that last score, I think this one is pretty much over.
Now it's McManus for the point after. It's up and good. And the Packers will open it up even further here in this 4th quarter. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. This one taken at the 7. He'll come across the 20 and taken down at the 21-yard line. They'll throw on 1st down with Wilson. He'll get it into the hands of Slayton. And he'll be taken down up around the 32-yard line. It's a nice start to the drive, a gain of 10, and a quick 1st down. So 2 minutes left to play in the 2nd half. We'll come back and finish this one off after this. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. From the shotgun, Wilson. He'll swing this out wide to Tracy. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45. It's a gain of 16, and it's 2 nice plays to begin this drive.
It's really been a one-sided game, but how often do we see in the 4th quarter the team that finds themselves down by a lot, they start to come alive? I think it's a combination of trying to end the game on a positive note, but also sometimes that defense getting a little lackadaisical.
On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. He'll be hit as he throws, and that one will wind up incomplete. Could not step into the throw that time. It'll bring up 2nd down.
And while this one is all but over, these guys aren't going to let up one bit. They have a lot of pride in their performance, Mike. And just because they have this big lead, they're not going to give you anything easy here down the stretch.
Wilson will throw again. Now a short one caught by the tight end Johnson. Well, he's brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up 3rd down.
And this is where the versatility of the tight end position really starts coming into play. Not only do they have to line up with their hand on the ground, but they can occasionally split out in the slot. And man, they're too fast for linebackers, and a lot of times they're too big for defensive backs.
Third down, they need 5. Again, Wilson. This one taken in by Hyatt. And he's going to get this close to a first down, but he's out of bounds a yard short, and that's going to make it 4th down. They'll try and throw for it with Wilson. And he will have a Giants first down. They wind up with a gain of 11 on 4th down. And the Giants here will use the first of their timeouts. They stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in the game. Set to go now on 1st and 10. Packers go ahead and use the first of their timeouts. They stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in the game. Now there's a throw out wide. Hey, this might be a double pass. Oh, terrible time for that play call. It's intercepted. Picked off by the safety, Xavier McKinney. It's a 3 tight end look as they have it 1st and 10. That's a timeout for Green Bay. It'll be their second as the clock will stop with 18 seconds remaining. On 1st and 10, here comes Jacobs. So after that safety, it is a free kick, and that comes from the 20. They'll come up 1st and 10 at the 40. Out of the gun, it's Wilson. Open man downfield, that's Neighbors. Now a timeout, Giants. That is their second. And they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in the ballgame. Wilson on first down. And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete. Darius Slayton was the intended receiver. And it'll bring up second down. On second down, Russ. And that final throw here is intercepted. Picked off by Evan Williams. And the Packers are going to get the football here at their own 38-yard line. Here's a handoff to Jacobs. And he'll be brought down there, and that'll put a wrap on this one. Time has expired in this fourth quarter. So it's a win here for the visiting Packers, and make that a fifth straight victory, as they're looking tougher and tougher to beat every week, especially heading to playoff time. So that'll just about do it for Greg Olsen and our entire team. I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. With that, we say so long, everyone.